Don't you think we could be different if we could just take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows, feel the wind rush through, hear the music, take the groove. Don't you know all I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high, you and I, pinnacle climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the 9 to 5, I just wanna feel alive. Take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend you're shy. Take it slow, let it go, let it go, take it slow, let it go. Let's take a trip to uptown. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow, I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me while the beat finally got some clarity. Don't you know all I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high, you and I, pinnacle climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the world outside, turn it up to overdrive. Take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend you're shy. Take it slow, let it go, take it slow, let it go. Take it slow, let it go, take it slow, let it go. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow, I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me while the beat finally got some clarity. Don't you know all I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high, you and I, pinnacle climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the world outside, turn it up to overdrive. Take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. Take it slow, let it go, take it slow, let it go. Take it slow, let it go. Take my hand, don't go slow. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend you're shy. Take it slow, let it go, take it slow, let it go. Take it slow, take it slow, let it go. Let's take a trip to uptown. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow, I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me while the beat finally got some clarity. Don't you know all I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high, you and I, pinnacle climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine, you don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the world outside, turn it up to overdrive. Take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down. Here we go. I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down. That I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Check, check. There we go.
So this one's not actually gonna like that. You have to turn on the pad. Test one, test. Test one, pad.
Test.
Check one.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we are here in Cleveland Lights, Ohio. Why, oh, why am I in Ohio? For MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup.
Is it still okay? Do we still have it? We don't have it. So we're not gonna give this one. Okay. Testing the splitter and I don't think it works. We're gonna go in the last one for like 2 minutes.
Yes.
And then what's the deal with
So these our pads.
it killed that word to be so quick and we were doing it.
So obviously, can't do that one yet. This one will be 2 to 5.
Except for the ones that same.
So shout outs. I think we already did that when the landed mill. Do that again tomorrow. If talk about the pivot line, we're gonna call it the Alberta RB. We could tomorrow.
Not unless we go on land wireless breaking things. I'll say one thing, they bring it back pretty quick as soon as you're done. But
It's tough.
check. Test one. 1, 2. Alright, be careful because this kicks it off. Yeah, very well. Okay. Start.
Alrighty, we are just a few minutes away from Derby. I am Tiki Donchadero here with my good buddy Discussions.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Game 2 of the MRDA Western Hemisphere Championship.
And this game 2, we are going to see Lane County Concussions wearing the white up against the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead in the black. Disc, who do we have playing today for Lane County?
For Lane County Concussion, we've got number 12, Tommy Gunn. Number 13, Photobomb. Number 1337, The Riot. Number 142, Psycho. Number 16, Juke. Number 23, Showtime. Number 42, Grimes.
Number 469, Don Juan the Devastator. Number 60, Loose Wheel. Number 711, Frecklinator. Number 969, Cutthroat Callie.
Already, and again, wearing the black with the red bloody accents, we have the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead. Wearing number 05, Hurricane Heather. Number 100, Dragon Body. Number 12, Zora. Number 125, Smalls. Number 17, Tot. Number 172, Jackson. Number 213, Sadie Masochist. Number 30, Ohm Wrecker. Number 333, Smashberry. Number 47, Mike Poncho. Number 5, Nemesis. Number 66, Hebrew. Number 814, Grohl. Number 9, Pit Bulldozer. And number 96, Shaggy.
Yeah, it looked like it sounded like it's a little flat.
And we're just about under 1 minute to Derby. Pinky, we saw both these teams over the summer at Dawn of the Undead back at your home league.
Yeah, I think this actually was the opening game for both of these teams at Dawn of the Derby.
That was a really incredibly close game. Both teams are matched up against each other. I'm looking forward to seeing an equally matched game today.
Yeah, I believe, if I recall, that during that first game, the Undead were victorious. So I'm sure that Lane County has been studying footage, hoping to best the Undead this time around.
And that rolling whistle signals the start of Derby. We're getting ready to see our first jam.
Alrighty, and away we go. Shaggy wearing the star for the Undead. And that looks like that's number 42, Grimes, for Lane County. Grimes trying to get as small as possible, has one blocker to beat, gets around Mike Honcho, and is your lead jammer. Honcho trying to take a big hit on Grimes, loses footing, but Grimes is stuck in a wall of Hebrew and Pit Bulldozer. Hurricane Heather trying to keep that bridge, but Grimes is through, picks up 4 points. Yes, I believe Shaggy's still on that initial pass, correct?
Yeah, Shaggy's still back there. Shaggy has performed the star pass from number 47, Mike Honcho. And Mike Honcho picks up a cut track right as he clears the pack. He'll be headed to the penalty box. That'll put LCC on a power jam.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. We had a completed star pass, but Honcho did not have that star officially placed on the helmet.
Yeah, it looks like Grimes elected to call off that jam, let LCC start on a power start for the second jam. And back in the cannon, we've got number 16, Juke, for Lane County.
Oh, look at that. They're doing my favorite. They're starting at the Roller Derby Athletics pivot line. Fast-moving pack here to start.
There's some great offense there by Frecklinator, allowing Juke to get through.
Ooh, big hit from Manchild on Tot. Takes Tot off the track, and Tot, suffering a penalty, heads to the box. Lane County not only on that power jam, but has the blocker advantage, and that was a beautiful apex jump. Leaps through the air, Juke lands it, and picks up 4 points. Mike Honcho freed from the penalty box. Eagle eye there on Juke, sees it, calls it off.
We've got some fans in the audience. Looks like the Pittsburgh team has got signs out saying, "Bring out your dead." believe that's the Pittsburgh Derby brats over there.
Yeah, we've got a couple Derby brats manning those signs along with a couple of the zombie skaters. Teamwork makes the dream work. Nice tight pack here to start. Don Juan the Devastator with the star. Dips under Hebrew, picks up lead jam. While Zora still trying to find a way, trying to get on that inside, gets tapped to the infield. Zora lead, even though Don Juan was out of the pack. Looks like we may have had a no pass, no penalty.
Lane County able to pick up 4 points along with Pittsburgh for a 4-4 jam. That finally puts Pittsburgh on the board. Lane County 18, Pittsburgh 4. Don Juan getting out there. Don Juan is an incredibly athletic skater. We certainly saw them playing at Pittsburgh last time, and they were a standout skater for the huge athleticism. Unfortunately, unable to pick up lead on that jam.
All right. Ohmrecker with the star. Obi taken to the inside by Manchild. And then nice apex jump there. Thought for a second Sadie Masochist took a piece of Grimes, but Grimes was able to successfully land it.
Yeah, Grimes did make it through there on the inside. Kind of looked back, was waiting to see if he got a cut. I think we were waiting to see if he got a cut, but he was clean. Made it through, and now he's through for 4 points. And he's going to come back around and do it again, but quickly behind him, we've got Ohmrecker coming in to try to put that to a stop. Grimes through for 4. Ohmrecker still up against LCC's blockers. Again, Ohmrecker getting recycled by Tommy Gunn. Having a hard time making it through the pack this pass. Grimes this time, too, stuck in the pack. It looks like Dragon Body is headed to the penalty box. That freed up Grimes to clear for 4, and he's coming back around.
I'm definitely getting the impression that Lane County did their homework.
Grimes through for another 4. Ohmrecker has been recycled quite a few times. Still struggling to make it through. Pittsburgh doing some great offense. Ohmrecker's finally through thanks to his blockers. That was enough for 4, but a 420 jam is going to add 16 more points ahead for Lane County Concussion. Incredible jam there from Grimes.
All right, we've got Shaggy again up against Juke. Ooh, Juke working that inside line. Shaggy trying the out, but gets taken off the track. Nice little hop there from Juke. Picks up lead jam status. Definitely being the advantage for Lane County so far. They have been in control, getting lead jam after lead jam. I think so far, Pittsburgh has only had lead once, and that definitely has made a bit of a difference.
Yeah, you can always tell when Juke's on the track because as soon as he clears, he starts to fix his pads. I think that Velcro's been hanging on since 2005.
Hey, wait, don't we have Next Level Skate Shop here?
We sure do.
Next Level Skate Shop, voted the best skate shop in Cleveland. Next Level Skate Shop is a woman-owned business that has been a longtime official sponsor for the Cleveland Guardians. Be sure to stop by Coco's booth on Turn 4 for all your roller derby needs. Maybe get Juke some new elbow pads.
We've got Don Juan back out for LCC.
Oh,
Through
nice
on the
work
inside.
there. Who's that? The Riot opening that inside lane, giving all the offense to Don Juan. Zora hot on Don Juan's heels, kind of giving the maniacal little laugh there, forcing Don Juan to call it off.
Yeah, great work by Zora getting out, preventing this points from LCC. That was enough for Don Juan to call it off.
Ooh, big hit there on Smalls. Smalls recovers quickly, but gets dragged back behind turn 4. Has to reset. While the Undead at the front of the pack trying to control number 42, Grimes.
We saw Grimes put up 20 points last time he was on the track. Not as quick to get out of the pack this time. And just like that, he does, though. Threw on the inside, quick little hit, but he picks up lead. Let's see if he can put those points back up again.
Looks like Smalls picked up a cut track there, heading to the penalty box. So Grimes is on a power jam. Definitely not what the Undead wants.
Blocker for both teams going to the box. This is the NFL, we'd say that's offsetting penalties, but right now it's just offsetting players. Both teams will start a blocker down going in this jam. Undead is going to start with a jammer in the box. LCC's on a power start with Juke on the track. Juke coming out towards the roller derby athletics pivot line. Full speed against two blockers. He's through. Picks up lead.
Nice little work there by Jackson, trying to slow up Juke just long enough for Smalls to be released from the penalty box. So this now is 4 straight leads for LCC. Smalls using the strategery there, does a little star stash, gets through on the inside. But eyes are on Smalls, and LCC calls off the jam.
Yeah, great track awareness from LCC. We're seeing that all this game. A lot of teams don't really give as much credit to that track awareness and calling off a jam before damage is done, but that can win you a derby game with just that strategy, and LCC is doing a great job.
So, of course, we would like to thank everyone who helps us keep the wheels rolling in this sport. Officials, announcers, photographers, medics, volunteers, sponsors, vendors, and you, our fans, here today. This event could not happen with all of your support. Thank you.
Be sure to stay up to date on all the social media news by following MRDA's social media pages. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram by searching at Men's Roller Derby Association.
What? Oh. Okay. Quick start off the line. Shaggy hitting the pack first. Breaks free, and Pittsburgh Undead with lead. Jammer. Don Juan, the Devastator, getting caught up in a wall. Dips under the shoulder. Smashberry gets out of that pack. Shaggy on a scoring pass.
Yeah, Undead doing a great job to keep off Don Juan. They've struggled in the past with having really powerful jammers come into the pack, but it seems like they've learned their lesson. They are holding Don Juan tight every time Don Juan comes into the pack. And that is showing as their team has lead.
Nice big hit there by Honcho. Sends Don Juan off the track. Frecklenator coming up there and trying to stop the bleeding, but Frecklenator also takes a big hit up on Shaggy, which causes a cut track call. Both jammers in the penalty box. As soon as that butt hits the seat, that frees Don Juan. And that will erase the lead jam status that the Undead has earned. This will go the full expiration of this jam. Oh, Nemesis, fire in his eyes, going shoulder to shoulder with Don Juan. Hurricane Heather right up there recycling well. Nemesis puts the final hit, takes Don Juan off the track.
Yeah, with Shaggy up against Don Juan, typically my money would be on Don Juan because of Pittsburgh's blockers. But Pittsburgh being able to block off Don Juan really let Shaggy use his speed on the track and put points on the board. And that is really working in Pittsburgh's favor up against Don Juan. The LCC might have to look at that. They've been pairing Don Juan and Shaggy. They might need to switch up their strategy going forward.
It's like we have a... It's like this is going to be an official review.
Official review, white.
I don't understand either because he scored 20 points.
Lane County is calling an official review for 4 additional points. Officials confirmed that there was 1 scoring pass. Point stand. Review not retained.
Thank you, officials, for giving us that amazing recap. So for those of you that might be new to Derby or are for the first time watching on Twitch, each team has the opportunity to request an official review. They can question a call, or in that case, they were questioning points. The referees will gather, discuss, and determine if a call stands, if a call needs to be made. And in this case, LCC lost that official review, so they will lose the ability to request another one this half.
Yep, now Grimes has picked up lead for LCC and is through on his first scoring pass. Meanwhile, Zora is just making her initial pass. She was recycled a few times, but now she's neck and neck with Grimes. LCC has been doing a great job this game. They've gotten 7 out of the 10 leads of the jam, right? Yeah, the jam 10. So they've had 7 out of them. And that is what is going to win Derby, folks, is grabbing control of that jam by clearing the pack first and picking up lead jammer.
It's definitely 2 jammer penalties. We've seen the Undead jammers in the penalty box a few times. That gave LCC a chance to just run with it. I believe on one of those jams, Grimes picked up 20 points. So Omrecker trying to turn the tide here. Stuck in a tripod, trying to just muscle Omi's way through, but Pitbull Dozer giving his co-captain a little bit of offense. Not in time, though. Grimes is out. Oh, that's Juke. Sorry, number 16, Juke is out. First lead jammer again for LCC.
Juke through for another 4. You really see an interesting matchup between these two. Juke was up against a blocking pack on their wheels, and he was rotating around the pack. Meanwhile, Omrecker up against the LCC defense on their toe stops, holding them tight. That was enough to allow Juke through. Juke's picked up 8 points so far. This will be his pass for 12. Omrecker still trying to make it out on his initial pass.
Ooh, big hit there on Sadie Masochist. And we have an official star pass. Omrecker handed that off to Sadie Masochist. Sadie Masochist on those toe stops, avoiding that last hit by Jamaican Psycho. Gets out of the pack, but Juke very wisely calls it off.
Yeah, putting up 15 points to nothing on that jam. Huge point differentials we've seen out of LCC. Pittsburgh is going to need to cycle their strategy, find what they're going to do to keep LCC from hammering through their defense.
We have hundreds of Looks like again we have an official timeout. So I know we've said a couple of times about, I love when they start at the Roller Derby Athletics pivot line. Roller Derby Athletics is your ultimate online resource for new and seasoned skaters. We offer expert guidance, off-skate workouts, team training, and an inclusive community to help you level up. RDA strives to help skaters become safe, strong, and unstoppable.
Special timeout was an interference call on the white coach entering into the penalty box. A penalty has been issued. Jam is on.
That was an assist from Zero, one of our skating referees. Apparently, white coach, LCC's coach, entering into the penalty box illegally. We did see the NSOs from the penalty box come out and initiate that official timeout. All our NSOs doing a great job helping us out and keeping us safe.
So I don't know if Tommy Gunn can hear this, but from our Twitch feed, we are getting, if Tommy fouls out, I'm going to suplex him.
And it looks like Pittsburgh has changed their strategy because now we have Juke up against Zora. Both of these jammers equally match with speed, and we're seeing it too. Great strategy from Pittsburgh getting Zora out. That prevented Juke from putting the points up like they have been. They still managed to grab 3 on that pass. None from Pittsburgh, but that's a lot better than 16. Looks like we have another official timeout. Looks like the audience was calling for an official review there. Timeout White. That was a timeout call from the white team. I don't think that changes the audience's opinion of the previous jam, though. Want to go to another cup? The Dallas Derby Devils are hosting the upcoming 2024 Clover Cup in North Richland Hills, Texas on March 22nd through the 24th. This tournament will include sanctioned games from all the associations, including Junior Roller Derby Association, WIFTA, and MRDA. Check out derbydevils.com for more info.
I know I've got to apply for that one. Ooh, nice work there from Shaggy. Able to stay on those toe stops, get out of the pack, and pick up lead jam for the Undead. Hot on Shaggy's, or sorry, that's Ohmwrecker. Ohmwrecker hot on the heels by Don Juan, but Don Juan gets hits that banana peel on the track, slides out, and Ohmwrecker calls off the jam.
And Pittsburgh wisening up, putting Ohmwrecker out there. Ohmwrecker grabbing lead and calling the jam, playing at that speed. That's what they needed to offset the huge offense that Don Juan gives. Great to see Pittsburgh changing the strategy around and adapting to what's going on in the game.
Oh no, so this is a power start. And LCC making the right decision by fielding at number 42, Grimes. Grimes has been a powerhouse thus far. The top point scorer for Lane County. Just slips right in between Nemesis and Hurricane Heather, picks up 4 points and calls it off.
Again, great track awareness and coaching from LCC there, calling off the jam before Undead were able to get their jammer out of the box. That's going to give them another opportunity to have a power start, this time with Juke.
Well, these folks all must have listened to me on the Derby Rocks podcast because they're all starting at the roller derby athletics pivot line. Y'all know I love my pivot line. So people often forget that starting at that pivot line, all blockers must line up behind the hips of that pivot. Riot was doing some control there, making sure the Dragon Body and Tot were behind. Does enough chaos there at the front. Trying to open it up for Juke. Juke out of the pack and is lead jammer.
Homewrecker is back on the track, but is having an issue getting past the LCC blockers. That is freeing Juke to be able to make cycles. But Undead doing a great job holding off Juke. That gave Homewrecker time to star stash, but put it back on. Now that he's free, Juke sees it, calls it off, and wants to prevent the damage.
So each time Lane County has fielded Juke as their jammer, Juke has earned that lead jam status. Definitely the tale of this first half. Lane County in control, earning lead jam. I'd say 90% of the time, if I'm doing my quick math.
We are seeing slivers of adjusting, just like right now. Shaggy powering through, but gets knocked out and recycled. Undead are adapting. There is still opportunity for Undead to come back. This is nowhere near over, folks.
Great tripod work by LCC, just pinning Shaggy behind them. Pippledozer getting in there, breaking it up. But while all that was going on, Don Juan snuck right out of the front. Earns that lead jam status.
Yeah, last time Don Juan was out, they fielded Shaggy against them. Or fielded Zora against them. Had better luck with Zora. Curious as to why they didn't continue that strategy. Cleveland Guardians are proud to support the Black Trans Men of Ohio, whose mission is to increase the visibility and quality of the Black transmasculine individual through community building, mentorship, and providing access to resources in the state of Ohio. You can support their organization by visiting their website at btmohio.org.
Well, that was a whirling dervish of skaters. Jackson, Tot, Dragon Body, all putting a hit on Grimes. Grimes still able to break out, picks up lead jam status.
And that was Zora again getting out and forcing the call. Zora doing a huge amount of work for Pittsburgh's defense and preventing that high score that LCC likes to grab. I like Zora. Just kill her.
And away we go. Smalls wearing the star. Gets taken to the fin field right off the start line. But Juke's around Hurricane Heather. Picks up lead jam. Gets around the track with the quickness. Nice hop around Tip Bulldozer picks up those 4 points. Undead losing a blocker to the penalty box. Again, another beautiful apex jump there. Juke just checking, make sure that's hat still on. Got to be wearing that hat to earn those points. And that's another pirouette, 4 more points. It's like I'm doing my math. I think that's a 4th pass, so 16 points on this jam so far. Another 4, we're at 20.
How about LCC's defense just enabling Juke to power through like this? Juke throwing a little offense too as he powers through the pack, but that's going to bring him up to 24 on this jam. What an incredible jam for LCC. Cleveland Guardians are proud to support Colors Plus, a nonprofit LGBTQ plus youth center with the mission to strengthen LGBTQ plus youth and allies by promoting individuals and community wellness. All programming is free and open to all families and youth ages 19 and under. Your identity is important and you are wonderful just as you are. You are not alone. Visit colorsplus.org for more info.
And we have a change in the jammer rotation. That's Grohl. Grohl coming out with the heat. Little jammer on jammer action. Both going out of bounds. Grohl recovering quicker. Taking big long strides around this track. Gets caught in the middling. Calls it off.
Well, where has Grohl been? That was our first jam. Grabs lead. Puts points on the board. That's what we like to see. Pittsburgh changing the strategy, getting points up. That's what we're going to need.
Hey to all of you out there in Derby land. We have a gray Honda Accord license plate JVX6369. Your lights are on. Again, a gray Honda Accord license plate JVX6369.
And here we go. We've got Don Juan up against Ohmwrecker again. Again, we've seen Don Juan power through many times, and this is no different. Don Juan has lead.
Yeah, Don Juan actually got some help there by Tommy Gun. Tommy Gun laid a big hit, opening that inside, right down the middle there for Don Juan. The speed of this particular bout is incredible. And again, remember, we're only on game 2 of 2 days of Derby.
Yeah, I don't even know that either of these teams is caffeinated yet. So imagine what the afternoon's going to look like.
I don't know. I think I need a nap after just watching this. And again, we're only in the first half. Ooh, big hit there by Juke on Jackson. Takes Jackson right off their skates. But both teams pulling big defense. Ooh, I don't even know how Juke just did that. I feel like he evaporated and ended up on the other side of the pack. Lead jammer. I almost used a Harry Potter term. I was like, he apparated.
Oh, I heard it. I was waiting for it.
This is where Pinky laughs and snorts into the mic. Sorry. Ooh, again, big hit there from
Little too big. That's going to send him to the penalty box for LCC. Zora's recycling, trying to make her way through. This is still her first pass. Pittsburgh doing a great job this time preventing Juke from making through. Great hit out, recycled by number 172, Jackson. That let Zora out, and that's going to force the call off. Again, it's those plays, getting your jammer out and preventing the damage that's really going to benefit Pittsburgh. Because as soon as they get people out, they're capable of putting scores on the board, but they can't let LCC run away with it. And that's going to take us to intermission. Score Pittsburgh 22, Lane County 121. We'll see you back here in just under 15 minutes.
Invincible.
Hello, our dear friends from Disorder. One of your lovely teammates did a little sprint across the back and dropped some dinero. We would like to give you back your dinero. We know you came from faraway lands. So if you have less money in your pocket, we have it here at the announcer table.
been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Over your skin, you can see it beat, intoxicating your energy. First time in so long, you felt the heat, evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight. Darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the.
I know the sadness that cripples you. It comes in waves and out of the blue. But there are days you feel freedom too. Bask in the glorious lightning. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and might push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and might push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the 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 radiate, radiate, radiate. Gravitate, gravitate, gravitate. Innovate, innovate, innovate. Move like the sunlight.
We're just a little over 30 seconds before we jump back into Derby.
One of those patterns. Yeah, this is mine got shattered, but it still works. Now it's going to stay.
Coming back, Pittsburgh has a little bit of a deficit to recover from, but I'm sure that they had deep discussions about what to do with that while they were in the locker room.
Absolutely. I mean, I know if I were in that locker room, I would be talking about maybe some offense, giving my jammers, getting some offense help to my jammers so that our jammers can get that lead. Lead was the determining factor in that first half. I mean, it was 8-8 each time that Grimes and Juke went out. 8 jams for each of them. They got lead jam each time. And we are off. Oh, Shaggy with a nice little double hop there. takes some advice, gets lead jam. Shaggy trying to be in control, speeding it up right through the middle and calls off that jam.
That's huge for just the morale and the momentum of the game. We've seen a little score like that totally change the aesthetic and the mood of the skaters on the track, and that could be all they need to absolutely shift the tide of this game. Coming up, looks like we've got Juke up against, is that Zora?
I do believe that's Zora there.
Big thanks to our Undead stream team for giving us that camera shot.
Oh, nice catch here by Dragon Body. Trying to control, just gave a tiny bit of room there to Juke. Juke gets lead, but Zora out right behind Juke. Juke opting to call it off, keeping this at a 0-0 jam.
Yeah, and I think the Pittsburgh team heard you, Pinky, because they're doing exactly what was requested. They're providing some offense, letting their jammers get out of the pack and preventing LCC from running it up. This is a totally different team than we saw in the first half, and it's great to see.
Did they go in the locker room and rewind and watch the Twitch? Watch the first half. Again, great control off the line. Building that wall right in front of Don Juan, the Devastator. Taking Don Juan to the infield while Omi going one-on-one. Goes up against that with number 1337, the Riot. Picks up lead jam.
Yep, and there it is. Offense for Omrecker. A quick little hop over his teammate, grabs some points and calls it before LCC can make it in. 3-0 jam for Pittsburgh, but more importantly, that lead status that is really going to get them going in the right direction.
I loved that little leapfrog there. Omi over top of Smashberry. Look at how tight this start line is. No gaps in any of these walls. Grimes being forced right into that wall of Grohl, Jackson, and Nemesis. Lots of derby experience right there. Shaggy having to go one-on-one. Gets caught up just enough so that Grimes can pass. Takes up lead jam. Shaggy not giving up, though. Looking for some awesome offensive help. It gets sailed off the track. Has to recycle. Comes back into turn 3. While Grimes is on that scoring pass. Four hard-earned points there by Grimes. Nice little sneaky hit there by Nemesis. Grimes thought they had that inside. Nem comes up, takes out Grimes, which gives the opportunity for, that looks like Sadie Masochist, to take that star. Or no, I'm sorry, that'd be Grohl, a.k.a. Lemon.
Yeah, and some great adaptation from the Pittsburgh Undead here. The question is, are LCC going to adapt? We've seen that continuously, that they've really had dynamic play and they've been able to respond to what Pittsburgh's been doing. Now that Pittsburgh is being able to shift their strategy, let's see if LCC is going to cycle theirs.
Ooh, big hit there by Frecklenator on Zora. Honcho coming in clutch, offering some offensive help. Zora still trying to work around. Dances around both Loose Wheel and Frecklenator. Picks up lead jam for the Undead. Wow, and thanks, Cashman, for the stat there. This is the first time today that Juke has not gotten lead jam. Zora gets those 4 points and calls it off.
Yeah, Juke was coming through the pack holding something in his hand. I thought it was a star. It was not. It was his pads.
Again, hi, Next Level Skate Shop. Voted the best skate shop in Cleveland. Next Level Skate Shop is a woman-owned business that has been a longtime official sponsor for the Cleveland Guardians. Be sure to stop by Coco's booth on Turn 4 for all your roller derby needs. Help Juke get some new pads. Do we need to start a GoFundMe at the announcer's table? Oh, and loose wheel. I'm sorry, Don Juan the Devastator, able to get under Dragon Body, picks up lead jam.
Yeah, and that's bad news for Pittsburgh because Don Juan has really been able to power through their blockers, and they're doing exactly that. 4 points on this pass, coming back around for more.
No, and that is not what Pittsburgh wants. Cut track being called on Ohmrecker, heading to the penalty box.
Oh, and Pittsburgh needs to pick their head up and pay attention. They just let Don Juan slide through. It looks like they were caught off guard by that track cut, and Don Juan took advantage of it.
Great offensive work again there by Tommy Gunn. Don Juan heading into a wall of four. Tommy Gunn slides right in, picks off Mike Concho. Tommy Gunn, again, recycling, gets up to the front of the pack, breaks up that tripod. And that is the end of this jam.
Yeah, and LCC coaching saw Ohmrecker standing in the box. They signaled for the call so they could start this jam on a power start. Looks like that's going to be Grimes out back on the jammer line. We've got a roller derby athletics pivot line start on this jam. Means Grimes is going to get a running start towards the pack.
Running start there for Grimes. I don't know. I think that's Grimes' superpower now is that running start. Just barreled through, picks up lead. The Riot sending Ohmrecker flying.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got to get their head in the game. When they have big hits like that, they've got to recover quicker. That was just enough time for Grimes to squeeze through on that pass. But we've got a star pass to number...
That is number 814, Lemon or Girl.
And that was enough, forcing that call off. Pittsburgh's doing a really good job adapting in those situations and getting either their jammer or their pivot out of the pack to prevent any damage. That's the strategy that's going to beat this LCC team. But they've got distance to recover. Just over 20 minutes left in the game.
Ready, and I believe that we have Shaggy with the star up against Juke again. Juke trying to find any break in the wall, going shoulder to shoulder. Dragon Body matching him hit for hit, keeping him slow. Smalls keeping it in play. Oh, that was a close one there. Shaggy almost was able to break free, but Juke gets out. Juke's like, hey, it's me. I'm the lead. Old Juke just easily passed there. 4 points. Big hit on Shaggy. Shaggy has to recycle. Straight up in the air.
Yeah, Juke is raising his arms. He is acting like, what is Pittsburgh doing? They don't seem to be paying attention. And he's right. They've got all their eyes on the pack, none of their eyes on the jammer. And he's just squeezing through and calls it after a 12-point jam. We do have an after party, and it's going to be Sunday evening after the championship game at the Bottle House Brewery and Meadery here in Cleveland Heights from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Food has been provided to everyone by the Cleveland Guardians, and there will be a custom roller derby drinks that you can order, a lager called Apex Hops, and a cocktail called Old Fashioned Roller Derby. Come celebrate with the champions.
Zora being tracked, but is able to get around loose wheels. Zora is lead jammer, while Smashberry and Pipple Dozer keeping control of Don Juan. Zora trying to take advantage of Hurricane Heather. Hurricane Heather stuck in the middle of that eye of that storm.
Underrated, a lot of great on-track communication from number 60, Loose Wheel, commanding his fellow blockers to line up against Pittsburgh. And just a brief pause for an injury on the Undead side. That skater back up, skating under her own power to the medic stand. Big thank you to our medical staff here, keeping us safe and healthy.
So we have a question or more of a comment in the Twitch feed about Smalls. I don't know how she blocks those jammers who are like 3 times her size. So if you go on to Hit Squad, good old buddy Lloyd Knox has a fantastic little clip of Smalls going one-on-one with a Chicago blocker. The blocker kind of gives her a little juke, like shimmy shoulder shake, and she does the shimmy shoulder shake right back and goes underneath. So that's how Smalls does it. Under. Oh, and right through the middle, we've got number 814, girl. Nice little hop there by Grimes. Lands it. Girl sees it and calls it off.
Yep, that was a 2-0 jam. Grohl makes it through, grabs the 2 points. Looks like Jammer ref determining that LCC did not land that jump, not awarding any points for that pass.
Undead keeping tight walls right off that line. Omerker going toe-to-toe with Frecklenator. Frecklenator being called on the penalty. Both of these jammers pushing against impenetrable walls. And this is something I don't think we've seen. A cut track on Juke. Juke heading to the penalty box. This gives Undead not only lead, but a power jam.
Nice little spin move from Omrecker there, right around Loose Wheel. He's back up against a set of blockers. That lets him through for 4. He's going to take advantage of this power jam and try to regain some of the differential. Great pass on the outside, calls it off while Juke's still in the box, giving Pittsburgh a power start on this next jam.
Yeah, nice awareness there. So again, if you are not familiar with roller derby, when you are sent to the penalty box in your last 10 seconds, you stand. So Pittsburgh was aware of that, saw Juke standing, and was like, yep, we're going to start this one off still fresh. So we're calling it. And it looks like we're going to have a team timeout for white.
Hosting the first MRDA championship since 2019 has been a lot of work with many obstacles, but the Cleveland Guardians are honored to host the best in men's roller derby association here at the 2023 MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup. We hope you are enjoying the event. You can support this postseason tournament by purchasing some of the awesome merch, maybe a beer or two or three, and enjoying the weekend. But if you'd like to offer more support, MRDA and the Cleveland Guardians are accepting donations via PayPal at Cleveland Guardians. Both organizations are 501c3 nonprofits, and your donations will help us raise the funds we need for a successful event. Thank you for keeping us on the track.
So not the shoot on the screen. I'll turn that down. The streams, it's in the box under the table.
The box under the table, I'm not going to mess with it. Because I don't know which one.
And looks like Shaggy gets the power start, but LCC doing a great job of holding him back, allowing enough time for Juke to come back in. Keep in mind, Juke just came off a jam himself. That's likely why LCC called the timeout, to give him a chance to rest, make sure he was fully refueled for this jam.
Nice work there by the tripod of Sadie, Masochist, Dragon Body, and Jackson.
Yeah, seeing both teams right here off the line, both jammers in a wall of blockers struggling to get out, does really define that both teams have adjusted. They know each other now, and it's a lot more even. They're doing a great job being dynamic, keeping up. Meanwhile, Juke did clear the pack, and he's out as lead. This is going to be his scoring pass.
Yeah, I need to give the shout out there for Cutthroat Callie. Cutthroat Callie came in and really offered some amazing offense to break up that tripod, which assisted Juke in finally breaking free. Juke looks to the bench and calls it off. Gives me a little eye.
Yeah, Juke did pick up a huge hit on that pass. I believe courtesy of Jackson. At least that's who ran him back. But that was enough. He looked a little dazed coming around this turn 3 at the announcer table. Got another pivot line start.
Pivot line brought to you by Roller Derby Athletics.
This time we've got the Riot out as jammer for LCC. This is his first jam. Makes quick effort of getting through the pack, picking up lead. Shaggy back out of the box here to contest. Oh, huge hit from Shaggy. Blood block going into that tripod. It was enough, spinned out, and now he's back through, and he's up against the Riot. That's going to force the call off. Riot able to pick up 4 points that jam. I was a little confused by the jammer ref, but he did pick up 4 on the previous pass. 4-0 jam, LCC.
I feel like I've been neglecting this score. Oh, so Lane County, again wearing the white, 167. Pittsburgh Undead in the black at 46. Undead. Quick start off that line, trying to push this pack forward. Oh, skaters down. Grimes still able to manage to pick up that lead jam status. Wow, and this is going to be a tough one for the Undead. Got a full penalty box there. And with only those two blockers on the track, Grimes sails past, picks up 4 more points.
Yeah, that was a really good effort, Grohl, getting out on the track with the star pass. Grimes had the opportunity to run away with it there, but Pittsburgh did a great job getting Grohl out, preventing that from happening, forcing the call.
Tight walls right off the line. Don Juan. Oh, looks like Don Juan being called on a forearm penalty. This is a power jam for the Pittsburgh Undead.
Yeah, Don Juan picked up that penalty before grabbing lead. That means Zora came out of the pack, has lead for Pittsburgh, makes it through for 4 points. Zora has control, and that is critical in these power jam situations.
Knife offense there by Mike Concho. Gave that screen, gave that opening for Zora. And again, another screen there. Pit bulldozer. Making way for Zora to pick up 4 more points for the Undead.
Yeah, I think that was a 3-point pass. Looked like there was a no pass, no points on one of the blockers.
Don Juan out of the penalty box, hitting the pack hot, gets set to the outfield, has to recycle, but slides right in between the Undead blockers and falls his way through the pack. You know, hey, however you get those points, you get those points.
Yeah, this is what Pittsburgh doesn't want to see. Even Pit Bulldozer trying to take a hit on Don Juan. Don Juan just brushes it off, makes her way back around the track again. Zora sees that, calls it off, doesn't allow Don Juan any more points. Zora, though, using her speed, picks up 11-4 that jam. Really, Zora is one of the jammers you want to see out during a power jam. She's incredibly fast, makes her way through the pack incredibly well.
And Zora is a dual chartered skater, plays with the Pittsburgh Undead in the MRDA and also with the Steel Hurton in the WFTDA. Oh, look at that. Shaggy out of the pack and is your lead jammer for Pittsburgh. Well, Shaggy rolls out of bounds and calls off the jam.
Yeah, that was a quick call off. Let's see. 1 point getting awarded to LCC for Shaggy's. Is that one jam? Looks like we have an official review from LCC. Check in with our officials and see what they have to say.
Yeah, I just realized, we don't have any music in here, so that's a silent dance party.
This official review is being used as a timeout.
So since this official review is being used as a timeout, Cleveland Guardians would like to thank the City of Cleveland Heights and the Cleveland Heights Community Center for being proud supporters of one of the most diverse sports around. Be sure to check out the many local shops, businesses, and restaurants in the area, all of which are just minutes away from the venue.
And meanwhile, it looks like that was Grohl picking up lead jammer. Juke, though, passed her by. She elected to call off the jam before Juke was able to score any points. 0-0 jam.
Omrecker trying his best to stay inbounds, staying on that toast up, but has to reset. Doesn't want to take the chance of a track cut. Well, Nemesis and Dragon Body work the front of the pack, trying to hold back Juke. Juke able to get that shoulder underneath Dragon. Oh, and is being called on a cut track. So this will be a power jam for the Undead. And we've got Sadie Masochist jamming.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's an interesting situation. It appears that track cut occurred after lead was awarded, judged by the fact that they did not award lead to Pittsburgh. Does beckon the question of when that would have been.
Well, to get lead, all you have to do is have your hips pass the last blocker on the track. So, ooh, big hit from Omrecker. I'm so engrossed, I forgot that I should be talking now. Oh, and Sadie Masochist sent flying across the track. Well, Juke controlled, blocked by the Undead, is able to find that small opening, gets out, picks up those points.
Yeah, I think we are seeing the result of this being the Western Hemisphere finals, in that both teams are putting all of their energy out on the track. We're starting to see some of those skaters get a little winded, things get a little sloppier, people go flying. Nonetheless, all the heart is being left out on the track. We love to see it, the audience loves to see it, and that's why we love huge postseason events here at the MRDA.
Again, this is game number 2. Remember, we're 2 games in. We have lots and lots of derby remaining today and then tomorrow. Nice work there by Hebrew. But just one little inch is what Grimes needs. Grimes, again, is your lead jammer.
Grimes picking up a little apex jump into a call, grabbing 2 points on that pass. Coming up, we've seen this matchup before. Shaggy up against Don Juan, the Devastator.
Oh, nice hit there by Jackson. Just the right amount of leverage. Don Juan dips out of bounds, has to reset.
Yeah, Jackson definitely one of the undersung heroes on the Pittsburgh defense, putting up those huge blocks exactly when they need to be put up.
But Don Juan able to split the difference there, get in between Pit Bulldozer and a Dragon Body. Takes up lead Jammer.
Yeah, white bench signaling for a call to Don Juan. It was a bit delayed, and because of that, Shaggy able to pick up 3 points that pass to 0 points for LCC.
Okay, so just a reminder, the winner of this game will go on to play Denver Ground Control at 5 o'clock. And just I wanted to point out that, Blaine County, we've been seeing amazing work from them. They're coming to us here at the Western Hemisphere Cup with 10 skaters. Most teams field 14, so their roster's a little bit lighter, and they are just putting everything out on the track. They've brought 10 really talented skaters with them. Oh, they have 11. Okay. I'm not math good. There's girl math, guy math, announcer math. That's made up.
Announcer math is saying that 16 points were scored when the jam ref signals 12.
So it looks like that little combo was in favor of the Undead. They picked up extra 3 points. Oh, and a nice little step over there from Grohl. Gets lead jam for the Undead. Grohl being forced to the infield. Opts to call off the jam.
Just about 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. And black signals for an official review.
Gatekeepers versus Chicago, winner game 1. Just gonna get this spin face in there.
So, again, we mentioned we've got lots and lots of derby ahead of us. Our next bout is going to be the St. Louis Gatekeepers taking on the Chicago Bruise Brothers. I love the smiling faces of all our NSOs and referees.
Last jam happened. Was it a 0-0? 0-0. I heard the whistles all cold.
I guess black used it as a timeout too.
Don't hand zero, Mike. He'll never give it back to you. And away we go. Zora, taking full advantage of the blocker deficit on the track, gets out of the pack, is your lead jammer for the Undead. This is a foot race. Grimes in speed skating mode, hand behind back. But Mike Concho catches up, slows him down. But that was a nice hit by Jamerican Psycho.
Yeah, huge hits right towards the announcer table. I was getting ready to make a run for it. Great apex jump from Grimes.
We can't control ourselves. Synchronized woos.
Shiny. Looks like Zora's back out. She's going to come back around, contest Grimes. Both packs doing a great job keeping this jam up to speed. Both jammers incredibly fast, and it is a game of speed and agility rather than brute force, which we love to see.
And the only thing, though, is when it's speedy like that, that pack is so dragged out. I mean, as long as you have blockers in position bridging that gap within 10 feet, everyone's still in play. But, man, that leaves lots of openings for jammers to just whiz right past.
That is the kind of derby you see here at high-level postseason events. And like you keep saying, this is just game 2. Looks like we have an official timeout.
We have 48 seconds left on the clock. Could possibly be our final jam. Hey, listen, I've had the announcer curse happen to me so much where I say it's the final jam, and then a team very wisely uses a timeout and we get another one. So, you know. I'll show you, announcer. Oh, wow. So, loose wheel heading to the penalty box for an illegal procedure. I believe it was also a failure to report, so this is a double penalty. And look at that. Juke untouched. Picks up lead jam. Omerker hoping for some offensive love there. But Omi passes off that star to Sadie Maxicus, while Dragon Body takes Juke off the track. Juke looking back at the clock, not looking at me. Watching that clock, watching the time.
Juke calling for some applause as he calls off the jam at 0 seconds.
And also teasing, am I going to call it off? And Juke does.
Oh, I don't think he can fool me. I think a little bit of that's a nod to the crowd. And then a look back at the bench and the clock.
And we have your unofficial score. Lane County Concussion takes the win at 201 to the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead 79.
That does mean Lane County will be playing ground control at 5 p.m. today in game number 5. And Undead will be moving on to game number 10. That's 3 p.m. tomorrow. Our next game on the track is going to be at 1 p.m. That's going to be Gatekeepers up against Bruise Brothers. We'll see you back here in just about 30 minutes.